Yo, what's up, fam? It's your boy Ray again with another vlog of the day. Again, I'm trying to drop a vlog every single day, speaking out of my mind. I'm just trying to follow the steps of these YouTube videos that I've been watching. They're just hitting record and putting videos out there. Now, if you hit this video, if you click play right now, you read the title and you wanted some tips. How do you get a job? You don't have a job right now? Well, here we go. I want to drop some tips for you guys. But before I do, I just want to give you a little bit of an intro of why I'm doing this video. The reason I'm dropping a video like this is because I've noticed on my channel, I'm just vlogging what's on my mind, right? I'm also giving a little bit of motivational tips and some stories along the way, right? But I noticed that I also have a lot of tips that I come with that I've helped friends in my life. Recently, I've had a friend reached out to me wondering, yo, Ray, how is it that you can keep a job for such a while, for such a long time? How is it that you can get a job right away? And I told him I don't have no magic powers. I don't got no genie in the lamp or something like that. You know, make my wishes. I don't got the 7 Dragon Balls. But I do have some tips that have helped me along the way in my life whenever I don't have a job and I need to get a job right away. So I figured, yo, why keep this in my pocket? Why keep this, you know, these golden nuggets, these tips inside my brain when I could just put it out there for you guys? And I'm just going to do it for free. Like, I'm not trying to do no guru, sign up for my program type stuff. Like, this is just for vlog purposes. I'm trying to increase my speech impediment. Speech impediment. I'm trying to work on my speech. I'm trying to put more videos out there. I'm trying to work on my camera work. I'm trying to work on just having a YouTube channel on the side with some vlogging, just like I've seen all these other channels do. They're just like hitting record and putting it out there with a title, no thumbnail. I just want to see how this works for me, dropping a vlog every single day. So if you want to help me out, guys, hit the subscribe button. It'll really help me out, guys, to see how far I can go. Now, back to the tips as far as, like, let's say you don't have a job, like my friend. He hit me up like, yo, what do I do? How do I, you know, get a job right away like how you do? Well, here's some tips that have helped me. I may have another video, I may play a part 2 video, but I'm gonna say as much as I can within the time frame of this video, because I'm on my break time, my lunch break. Oops, sorry about that. I think I spit. I'm on my lunch break right now, and it's the only time I get a little bit of time for me to be able to put up a video or put up a vlog. Because once I get home, I do a lot of editing, recording for my other channel, PixelPod YT, where we do reactions and we go live and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to like tips, I want to start off by finding a job, right? How do you find one? Where do you go? Now, some of my friends, especially my friend that hit me up, have a very old school mentality, whereas go knocking door to door, right? Now, knocking door to door and, you know, checking to see if people are hiring, that is a good way to find out. But come on, yo, we're in 2025. That we have internet, we have apps, we have different social medias that'll help you get a job, like LinkedIn, Indeed. Hop on those applications and get yourself signed up, right? Create a little resume, whether it's you can actually create a resume within Indeed or outside of Indeed and then upload it into Indeed. And that gets me to the tip number 2. You wanna have a good resume, right? But you have no idea how the heck to create one. Yo, we got ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT. Yo, ChatGPT, this is what I've worked in the past. This is what I've done. This is what I want to get into. Create a resume for me based off of this information that I'm giving you. And please help me so I can get a job in this and this and this field. Whatever field you're trying to get into, whether it's IT, whether it's working electrician, whether it's sales, whatever you're trying to get into, ChatGPT will help you nowadays. Back in the day, I used to use Google. I used to just Google a perfect example of a resume. And there was like tons of examples that would pull up on Google. And I would just copy and paste, put it on Word or a notepad or whatever on your computer, and just edit the parts that's not you. That's literally what I used to do back in the day. And it worked for me. I know some people went to school and they learned how to create a very great resume. And use those tips, use those your past knowledge of how to create a resume. But if you have no idea how to, we have Google and you got Chat GPT or AI. that'll help you. Gemini, whatever, Grok, whichever AI you want to use. And that's it. You make it, you save it, put your name on it, make sure, all the information is true. Don't put fake stuff on your resume, because they're going to ask you in the interview. And if you're going to be like, they're going to notice, okay, yeah, that's not part of the resume. Now, I have heard people that put fake stuff on their resume and it worked for them and nobody's ever asked them, and boom, they just fake it till they make it since day one. I've heard about that. But if you're not that type of person that's ready to fake it till you make it, and with questions, and you want to be in that, you don't like to be in that embarrassing moment, don't do it. All right, just take my advice, don't do it. And so you got your resume, right? Now you got your account, whether it's Indeed or whether it's LinkedIn, however you're trying to find this job. Back in the day, right? Little story. I'm just going to slip in a story before I go into the next tip. Back in the day, when I was trying to look for a job and my friends were going door to door and they're wondering how I was getting a job so quickly, I used to go on Craigslist. I don't even know if anybody knows what Craigslist is anymore. But Craigslist used to be an app where people go on to buy stuff from other people that are, like, let's say nearby or wherever you live at. It's kind of like eBay, but more like, there's a couple of apps nowadays that they do that. OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. It was just like that, where you would, put up what you're selling and buying and whatever the case may be. Now, they ended up having like a whole section because so many people were putting job offers on Craigslist. They ended up adding a section in Craigslist to find jobs. Now, I don't know if Craigslist is still alive. I don't know if they still have the job section, but that's how I used to find jobs. And I used to email my resume to whatever job was on there. It was crazy. Anyways, back to the tips. All right. So you did your resume. You got your Indeed account. You got your account where, you're trying to find and apply jobs. Yo, what's next, Ray? All right, here's my next tip. When you start applying, what's the next thing that starts happening when you start applying? My friends always call me about this, and they're always asking me questions. What should I put? What should I put? It's the questionnaires, right? Now, here's a tip for that, for the questionnaires. You don't have to take my tip, right? But this is what worked for me. This is how I got calls every single day. Hey, you want an interview? Hey, you want an interview? This is how it works. When it comes to the questionnaire, don't answer it truthfully. I know it sounds crazy, and I know I might get dinged on YouTube, or I don't know what might happen to me, but don't answer it honestly. Answer it as if you're the perfect employee for that company. So let's say you want to be a manager. Make sure you answer those questions, what a manager should do and how a manager thinks. How does a manager think? They think like a leadership. So make sure you answer the questions that involve leadership. For example, those questions where they ask you, what would you do in this situation? You have to answer it as if you were a manager. You have to answer it as if you were the employee in that company, an employee that wants to get hired. For example, those questions where, what would you do if you see an employee doing something wrong, kind of thing. You answer it as if you're an employee. Don't answer it truthfully. Answer it. You would tell, the company that this is happening, even though you're not a snitch, right? But you have to get this job, right? And especially the one situation, the questions where it's like, do you get anger easily? And I'd be telling my friend, yo, don't answer that yes. Because then they're going to be like, yo, this kid gets angered easily. The AI, it's not a real person reading it. It's an AI system reading it and categorizing you depending on the other entries, the other people putting questions. I don't know this. I don't know if this is true, but this is what I felt whenever I answer those questions. Like, whenever I did them truthfully, I never got a call. But when I started answering the questions as if I was a real employee, as if I wanted, I was working there already, like a perfect employee, doesn't get angry easily, open-minded, ready to work with others, things like that. You're available all the time. One of the things that I used to put all the time that used to help me a lot is when they ask you, whether in an interview or in a questionnaire, one of the questions is, what's your weakness? What do you think your weakness is? And you could take my answer if you want, But one of the answers I always used to put is that my weakness is I think I work too hard to where I forget to balance my life. And I need to start focusing on making sure that I don't put too much energy into working and balancing my life as well. Because I'm very passionate when it comes to helping a company grow. You know, things like that, right? And then they'll call me like, wow, you know, that's incredible, this and that. Now, those questionnaires do matter. Even though you know, it says take 20 minutes to do those questionnaires. You know, I've done some questionnaires that are 40 minutes long. But if you really want a job, you gotta do it. Take some time, sit on the toilet and, you know, do it. You could do it on your phone now. You could do it on a laptop. You know, just answer it as if you're the perfect employee, not as yourself. Because once you pass that AI realm of the system reading your questionnaire, you're finally going to meet a real person who's going to get to know the real you in an interview. And that leads me to the next tip that I got for you is the interview process, right? Yo, Ray, I don't know about interviews. I don't think I'm good at that. Yo, I freeze up, you know. I know it's tough, right? But the way you're going to get better at an interview, and this is how I did it, and unfortunately it's like the only way I can think of getting better in an interview. It's going to suck, right? But you got to have to do like 10 interviews a week. How do you get 10 interviews a week? You got to apply like a crazy person. If you really, really need a job right now, and you're really looking for something right now, you really need something right now, when I'm in that position, I kind of go into a little bit of a, how do you say, like a panic mode. So I call this panic applying, where I go on Indeed or I go on LinkedIn and I just start going ham, like filtering jobs near me. I start filtering the jobs that I'm looking for. Then I start filtering what's hiring now. And I just start applying. Now I'm at a great job right now, a great job that it's becoming now it's my career, honestly, where it's cybersecurity right now in IT. But when I wasn't in a job like this, I would go ham crazy looking for IT this, system maintenance, administration, cybersecurity, tech repair, whatever experience that I have, whatever knowledge I have from school, whatever knowledge I have from previous work, I would add that in. I would create a nice resume based off of that. And I would literally apply. I kid you not. Katie, my fiance, she'll tell you, I would literally apply 50 different jobs a day. And then I start thinking, oh, I'm never going to get a call. But then next you know, because I did the questionnaire right, and I did the resume, I start getting calls like crazy all week. Hey, are you available for this? Hey, to the point where I have to schedule each interview, you know, in specific times so they don't cross over each other. After you do the first interview, I'm going to be honest. I get nervous. Yes. I want to get hired. So I want to make sure I say the right things. What are they going to ask me? But as they start asking you these questions and you start becoming comfortable answering these questions left and right about your history, what you worked before, what you're looking for, what you see yourself in the next 5 years, think about those questions now so that way you can get prepared when they ask you these questions, right? And you start getting comfortable and you start answering, you got one down. Next person that calls for the next interview, now you're ready. Boom, boom, boom. Third person, now you're ready. You're even more prepared for that, right? And that's how it's going to work. And again, this video is not for every single person. Everybody probably has their day, you know, they have their plan of how to get their next job. Maybe they're already set to work somewhere else. Or some people, you know, right now are, you know, in a situation in life where, you know, they don't really need a job right now at the moment. But this video is to give tips to people that are like my friend who calls me and asks me, yo, how do you get a job so fast? How does that happen? This is for you. And so if you click this video, you got all the way up to here and you hear some of these tips, make sure you listen to them, make sure you apply them. Now, this is the last important tip is be yourself. Don't lie, because lying is not going to get you far into the game. They might hire you, but then they're going to remember that question they ask you and you say, yeah, I know how to do that. And I'm telling you from personal experience, that's happened to me before. You know, I really needed a job And they asked me, do you know how to do this? And I said, sure. Next thing you know, I'm working, I'm doing things, and they're asking me, oh, he's a pro at this. And I'm just like, oh, come on, help us with this. And then they started realizing that I actually didn't know that. Eventually, luckily, because of my personality, because of my drive to wanting to work and being on time, they gave me a shot, they gave me a chance, and they worked with me. Even though they kind of started sensing I didn't know much about that area. It's happened to me, and it sucks to be in that position. You don't want to be in that position. So be yourself, be honest, make sure that all the things on your resume are true, right? The only thing maybe I could kind of give you an advice to maybe play around with to help you is potentially having a friend who's worked in the industry before, and they can be the contact as a like a manager contact, like on your resume, as a like a backup kind of thing. If they needed a reference on your resume for them to contact and say, hey, is Ray a good salesperson? And you have a friend that you've worked in sales before, they know that you're really good at sales, maybe you could choose to put their number instead of that one salesperson boss who was just nuts, didn't do any work, and had you work all the time, and they're not going to give you a good recommendation because they just suck at life or something like that, right? If you had a boss like that and you had to leave that job, but now you need a reference, maybe that's a time when you want to use that. But if you have a good recommendation, good relationship with previous managers, definitely use their references, definitely put their phone numbers down. But these are for the people who you've left the job because that boss was very weird, or they did weird stuff and you just kind of got to get away from over there, or they just let you do all the work and you were working like a dog and they weren't doing anything, right? Those are the kind of managers I'm talking about to avoid putting on a resume. So try to find maybe a friend or somebody that you can put down that has maybe worked in that industry before, maybe not with you, but has worked in that industry before, and they can vouch for you. They can know, yeah, he works hard, because he talked to me about it every single day, how hard he works, but his manager does nothing. Maybe put that friend down, and they'll contact them. He's worked for me before. I'm not saying to like lie or anything. I'm just saying to kind of work around what you've been through, kind of thing, so that way you can get to where you want to be, right? Again, be yourself. Don't lie. Make sure that those questionnaires, you put that you're the best employee, so that way the AI system can be like, put this person on the interview list. So once they meet you, you do a great job, you perform well, put as many applications as you can, use Indeed, use LinkedIn. There's a lot of offers through there. I'm telling you, it helps. It's easy to do that. And then just keep going, stay disciplined, stay motivated. If you wake up the next day and you haven't had a call yet, put another application in, put 2, 4, 10. That's how I do it. I hope these tips have helped you out. And I hope you end up finding a job. I know times are tough. The times are tough right now. A lot of people are losing jobs left and right. A lot of people are looking for jobs left and right. Maybe you want a specific type of job, but it's not available, and only these kind of jobs are available. But you got to get something in the meantime, right? Get your foot in the door. And don't quit jobs. Just work the job until you find the one that you need. Do interviews. Take days off to do those interviews. Don't just not show up to work. It's not good for you. It's not going to be a good look for you. Because what if you need that job back, right? For income purposes. So again, guys, I hope these tips help. I'm trying to build my channel to where I give tips on, just stay motivated, YouTube, and small things like this, like trying to find a job. So if you stayed all the way to the end, hit subscribe, guys. It'll really, really help me out, guys. And again, just be positive vibes. Stay cool, stay true, be you. You already know, guys. You got this. I believe in you. Just go get it. Stay disciplined. Let's go, all right? Let's get it. All right. Have a good day, guys.